Predecessor is a MOBA currently in its open beta that I tried out. I'm here to give you some pros and cons and whether I think you should play the game or not. We're going to start with the pros. So the game is free to play, which is a newer thing. It used to cost money, but they decided to change it to free to play, which is great. The game ran really smoothly whenever I played, so I had no issues there. It's very similar to Smite if you've played that, and also, League of Legends or any other MOBA really has a lot of similarities. So if you've played other MOBAs, it's really easy to just hop in and get into. The item shop is very easy to get into as well. I had no issues turning off the auto buy and selecting my own items. They have a good recommended list, and then if you want a certain stat, it's pretty easy to navigate it on the left side. Another thing I really liked in this game is your ability descriptions. So if you press Control on the keyboard, you see on the right side they have all your abilities, and they have the descriptions, and that's really easy just to kind of pull up when you're first playing a new character, and helps you read it. So compared to other MOBAs, this is one of the easiest ways I could learn a character. Another thing, the in-game currency that you obtain after each match is called Amber. As you can see up here in the top right, I have 4,600. It does seem pretty easy to get. It's not too bad. If you go to the store, if you want to buy the newest heroes, looks like they're going to be 8,600. I'm over halfway there, and I really haven't played that much. So that doesn't seem too bad in terms of obtaining new heroes. Alright, and now for the cons. And before I get into them real quick, I do want to remind you that it's still open beta for the game, so there's a lot of work and updates that need to go into the game. But the main issue I have right now with the game is it doesn't seem very beginner friendly or new player friendly. If you haven't played MOBAs before, like I mentioned earlier, Smite or League of Legends, it can be pretty hard to get into this kind of game. And when you first start the game, you do go into a tutorial, which obviously helps. There's a practice mode, so you can go around the jungle, kill camps, do stuff like that. And there's a player versus AI. And then there's the player versus player, which right now is the only map mode, which is not a very good thing. Other games, other MOBAs have multiple maps that are easier to play and get into, like 3v3s and stuff like ARAM, where you just it's just one lane. They really should add more modes to this game, and you would think by now they would have, so that's an issue there. And also for experienced MOBA players, you do want a competitive or ranked mode, and they don't have that right now. There's just the one play mode, which will obviously have matchmaking issues as well. So they just need to add more modes and add ranked. Alright, the next con I want to bring up is the skin system in the game. So there's not really a way to acquire skins with the free-to-play currency. So if you check out the store, you go to skins. They all cost a currency called platinum, and depending on, their rarity, uncommon, epic, rare, common, they cost a certain amount of platinum. Platinum costs real money, which just like in any other MOBA, that's the case, which is fine. It does seem a little bit expensive with how much the skins cost, but, not going to get into that too much. But they don't really have any daily rewards to earn platinum right now, or, quests or daily logins, so they should add something like that, hopefully. And the only other way to get a skin right now is if you go to Heroes, there's a system called Affinity. It's kind of like a battle pass for each hero individually, which is a cool thing, right? But they have a paywall here. So they have a free Affinity, and they have one that costs money. So it's called premium, so you pay 500 platinum and you unlock the premium for that hero, which you'll have to do for each hero, obviously, if you want their skins, which can get pretty pricey. There is a 30% Affinity XP boost, which is under that paywall too, which isn't great. If you can see right here, you have a rare skin you can get for free if you just grind out that champion, which is nice at least. But there's a lot of cool things down here that you can get. Specifically this crown right here, which I haven't seen one in game yet, but it seems pretty cool. It looks like there's a crown on top of your head while you're in the game. But that has a paywall behind it, so I kind of wish they just would have kept the paywall out of this Affinity. And I think this would have actually been a pretty cool system. And the last few cons for me would be the minimap. I don't really like how the minimap looks for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because it's too small or what, but I'm not really a big fan of it right now. Maybe I will get used to it, but at first glance, I didn't really like the minimap. It's kind of hard for me to keep track of it for whatever reason. And the last thing, you'll see me have a death here soon, and the res timer is really long. Here, there we go. The 75 seconds. This might be to shorten the games because I did notice the games were all averaging around 40 minutes, which is really long. But those death timers are pretty brutal. So, is Predecessor worth playing? Yes, I would definitely give it a try. Despite its flaws, I did have fun with the game. And also, it's free to play, so there really isn't a reason not to try it. Um, the game does have things to work on, but obviously and hopefully they'll add these things like a ranked mode and more map modes. So if they do add that, I do see a future with the game and I could see myself playing it for a while. Thanks so much for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I will see you in the future.